You came home today, tossed your keys, hugged your fluffy roommate, and slipped them an extra treat. You genuinely believe you're a top-tier, 5-star dog owner. The kind of person who deserves a world's best dog parent mug. But what if the one thing your dog fears most in this world is something you casually did just this morning? And it wasn't out of cruelty or neglect, but just out of pure, misguided love. It is the hilariously wrong kind of love. Stay with me here because this gets deep very quickly. By the time we get to number 4 on this list, most dog owners go completely silent and rethink their lives. Welcome to Dog Talk. I'm Dr. Ben Parker, your curiosity expert. I am here to help you decode the fascinating, confusing, emotional world inside your dog's brain. If you care about your dog's happiness, hit that subscribe button right now. Dogs aren't just furry little Roombas that eat, sleep, and fetch a tennis ball. Science confirms what many of us dog lovers have secretly suspected for years. Dogs possess an emotional intelligence roughly equivalent to a 2-year-old child. They feel immense joy, deep frustration, crippling insecurity, and genuine heartbreak. The real problem is that most things hurting their feelings aren't obvious. They're the small, daily, well-intentioned habits that slowly chip away at their trust over time. These innocent little actions can unknowingly destroy their confidence and happiness. Let's grab a magnifying glass and get right into it. Number 1. And this hits hard. You take their food away to test them. Think about what happens in your dog's brain the exact moment you reach toward their food bowl, right in the middle of a delicious meal. It's not just a mild annoyance for them, it's a primal, full-blown alarm system going off. Dogs are descendants of wild animals that had to compete for every single meal. Their nervous system is wired to treat food as a critical survival resource, not just a casual brunch. When you repeatedly remove their food, even playfully, it's really bad. Even with the best intentions, you're not teaching them respect or obedience. You're triggering an ancient fear response that screams, "This resource is not safe, protect it." This right here is the exact origin story of food aggression. It doesn't start with a vicious bite, it starts with quiet tension, a dog that stiffens up near their bowl, or a dog that eats faster and faster, practically inhaling their kibble, just to finish before you decide to steal it again. Behaviorists consistently report this problem. Food guarding is incredibly common, yet entirely preventable. The irony is that owners who create this problem are almost always the ones actively trying to teach their dog not to. What actually works? Build positive associations with your presence near their bowl. Drop an even better, tastier treat in there while they eat. Make your hand the bringer of joy. Teach the leave it command through reward-based training, not anxiety. Your dog should feel that hands near their food mean good things are coming, not a sudden robbery. Keep watching, because the next one on this list is something almost every owner does within the first 5 minutes of getting home. Number 2, you greet them with too much energy. Here's the classic scene. You walk through the door, your dog goes absolutely nuts, and you match their energy. You squeal, jump around, and let them leap all over you. It feels like pure, unfiltered joy, and partially it is. But watch what happens in the minutes, right after that chaotic greeting. Many dogs simply cannot come down from that high. They pace around the room, they whine, they nudge you repeatedly, they just can't settle down. That's not happiness. That's a nervous system that's spiked and can't return to baseline. Dogs don't actually need us to mirror their frantic excitement. What they desperately need is for us to be the calm, stable presence that they can securely orient themselves around. When we amplify their arousal at the front door, we're confirming to them that the world is a high-stakes, high-intensity place where everything is an overwhelming event. Over time, dogs who experience this consistently become dogs that struggle deeply with anxiety, hyperactivity, and separation distress. Every departure and return is a huge drama. Canine psychologists describe this as the inadvertent reinforcement of anxious arousal. You aren't doing it to hurt them, but the dog's brain registers an exhausting emotional pattern. Try this instead. Come home, stay totally calm, and let your dog settle for about 60 seconds before you acknowledge them. You'll notice your dog becomes much calmer and more stable. Number 3, you use the crate as a punishment. The crate is honestly one of the most powerful tools in dog ownership when used correctly. Dogs are natural den animals by design. Their wild ancestors actively sought out small, enclosed spaces, not as a form of confinement, but for ultimate security. A properly introduced crate should feel like a cozy bedroom. It should be their personal sanctuary where nothing bad ever happens and peaceful rest is guaranteed. But here is exactly where it goes, hilariously and tragically wrong. Your dog makes a mess, chews your favorite shoe, or jumps on a guest, and you point to the crate and say, "Get in there," with obvious frustration. You've ruined the crate's magic. You've taken the one space in the house that should be entirely neutral and safe and directly attached it to the terrible feeling of rejection and punishment. Dogs form associations. Once the crate becomes a place associated with your disapproval, it loses its function entirely. Worse, it transforms into a major source of stress and anxiety for your pup. Dogs that were once perfectly calm in their crates suddenly become dogs that whine, scratch, and panic the exact moment that metal door closes. Never send your dog there as a penalty. If they need a timeout from a chaotic situation, redirect them calmly and without any negative emotion. Build the crate back into their life through highly positive associations. Throw treats inside, feed them meals at the entrance, and place their favorite toys in there. The crate should be a VIP lounge your dog actually chooses to go to for their peace. Stay with us, because we're about to get to something that most dog owners just laugh off, but research shows it genuinely damages trust. Number 4. You laugh at your dog when scared. A loud thunderstorm rolls in, your dog is trembling behind the toilet, pressed flat against the floor, or panting heavily in the middle of the night, and you just smile or chuckle. Maybe you even pull out your smartphone to film a quick video for social media. You're not a bad person, but in that moment your dog is experiencing something neurologically real. They have elevated cortisol, a racing heart, and the full biological experience of absolute terror. And the one single creature they trust completely in this world is standing laughing. Dogs are exquisitely sensitive to human emotional responses. They watch our faces, read our body language, and register our tone of voice with an accuracy that astonishes scientists. When your response to their genuine fear is pure amusement, they don't understand the joke. What they understand is that you clearly saw their distress and chose not to respond at all. That registers over time as a very clear message. You are not my protector. This matters enormously because the entire foundation of a dog's confidence is deep trust in their human. Dogs that feel their owner is a reliable source of safety recover much faster from fear. But dogs that learn their owner is dismissive develop what behaviorists call floating anxiety. It's a general state of unease because the world feels fundamentally unsafe. When your dog is scared, your job is simple. Stay calm, be genuinely steady, and let them come to you. Number 5, you pet them right on top of the head. This one surprises people every single time. You love your dog, you want to show it, so you reach out and pat him on the skull. And your dog either just barely tolerates it, turns their head away, or gives you a small whale eye without you even noticing. Most of us interpret a dog tolerating touch as enjoying it. But behaviorists call this learned tolerance. And it is very different from actual enjoyment. Here's the fascinating biology behind it. Reaching over a dog's head activates a response. It triggers the exact same postural response that a dominant animal would cause. Dogs can't fully see what's coming from above and slightly behind them, which naturally makes them uneasy. Even a perfectly sweet dog with no aggression history and total love for their owner will have involuntary tension in response to that gesture. It's ancient neurological wiring. Watch closely next time you do it. Does your dog lean into your hand, turn toward you, and soften their eyes? That is genuine enjoyment. But if they lower their head and shift away, if they blink repeatedly or go completely still, that is just tolerance, and there's a massive difference. Dogs consistently prefer being touched on the chest, shoulders, or tail base. Long, slow, gentle strokes along the side of their body release oxytocin, the powerful bonding hormone, in both the dog and the human. It's a proven way to build a stronger bond. You can actually show your dog far more genuine affection simply by changing exactly where you touch them, rather than just touching them more often. Give the top of the head a break. We're halfway through, and the next point is almost invisible but creates deep emotional damage. Number 6, you are wildly inconsistent with your rules. Monday, they're on the sofa. On Tuesday, you angrily push them off. On Wednesday, you let them back up because they looked incredibly cute. On Thursday, you shout because they jumped up with muddy paws. From the outside, this looks like a totally normal, slightly chaotic household. But from inside your dog's brain, it is absolute, unadulterated chaos. Dogs do not understand logic. They don't think I shouldn't be on the sofa because it's expensive human furniture. They think in simple patterns. This specific action produces this specific outcome. Predictability. When the outcome for the same action changes randomly depending on your mood, your outfit, or how tired you are, your dog simply cannot build a reliable mental model of the world. And an animal that cannot predict its environment is an incredibly anxious animal. What looks like stubbornness or deliberate disobedience in dogs is very frequently just anxiety. The dog that ignores commands, seems to forget training, or acts differently with different family members is often a dog that was never given a consistent environment to learn rules. This doesn't require strict military-style discipline, it just requires basic agreement. Everyone in the household needs to respond to the same behaviors in the exact same way. Hold those rules firmly, and your dog will reward you with a calm, responsive, and genuinely happy personality, simply because they finally understand the confusing human world. Number 7, you completely ignore them when they're desperately trying to communicate with you. Your dog paws at your leg, and you just keep scrolling through your phone, oblivious. They gently nudge your hand, and you absent-mindedly move it away. They sit and stare at you with an intensity that borders on pure telepathy, and you don't even look up from the screen. Here is what you really need to understand. Every single one of those quirky gestures is a deliberate communication attempt. Dogs have a very limited vocabulary, and they try to use it. Pawing, nudging, intense eye contact, small vocalizations, or positioning themselves in doorways. These are not just random goofy behaviors. They are specific, often urgent messages. When we consistently don't respond, dogs don't just politely conclude, "Okay, I'll stop now." They conclude, "This communication channel doesn't work at all." Then they make a choice. They either escalate into loud barking, destructive behavior, and hyperactivity, or they completely shut down. And honestly, shut down is actually the much more concerning outcome here. A dog that stops trying to communicate with their owner has essentially given up on that connection. Behaviorists call this learned helplessness, and it looks like a calm, easy dog. But they're not being easy. They've simply stopped believing that their signals matter to you. You don't need to respond to every single paw touch with a massive, elaborate interaction. A brief moment of eye contact, a single word, or a tiny nod of acknowledgement is all your dog needs to know. I see you, I hear you, and you matter. That is what a relationship is. Don't go anywhere, because what's coming next is the thing vets explain at almost every consultation. Number 8, you shout when they misbehave. Your dog pulled the trash apart. Or maybe they chewed your favorite shoe or had an accident inside, and your very first response was turning up the volume. It's understandable, human, and completely counterproductive. When you shout at a dog, one of two things happens. In some dogs, particularly those with bolder, more confident temperaments, it actually functions as a bizarre form of loud attention, which means your shouting accidentally reinforces the exact behavior you hate. In other dogs, particularly more sensitive ones, it just creates absolute paralyzing fear without context. The dog doesn't connect your current terrifying volume to the bad thing they did 12 minutes ago. They connect it to right now, to your angry face and to the space they are in. And now that space and that face carries a massive threat. Research into canine stress responses consistently shows that punishment-based training drastically increases anxiety. A dog operating in a state of fear is neurologically less capable of processing any new information, not more capable. So shouting doesn't just fail to teach, it actively prevents it. Communication with dogs that actually works looks like this: calm, clear, and incredibly consistent. A firm, low voice marks the unwanted behavior, and an immediate redirect is given. Reward them when they do it right. That simple sequence mark, redirect, reward, works with virtually every dog because it works with how their brain actually learns, not against it. Number 9, you physically push them away. Your dog just wants to be near you. They press against your legs, climb toward your face, or drape themselves across you at the worst moment. And you instinctively push them away with your hands or your body. But here's the fascinating thing about physical rejection. Dogs do not experience it as a simple boundary communication. They experience it as a harsh social signal, specifically the devastating signal of being actively excluded from the pack. In dog social structure, physical contact is the true currency. Pressing against another dog, sleeping in direct contact, and moving together, these are exactly how dogs say, "You are mine and I am yours." It is their ultimate expression of security. When we physically push them away, even gently and without any anger, we are speaking in their native language, and the word we are loudly saying to them is rejection. It hurts deeply. Over time, dogs that are repeatedly pushed away when seeking contact develop what researchers call insecure attachment. They become dogs that seek physical contact obsessively. or they become dogs that stop seeking it altogether. Neither outcome is good, and neither reflects the bond you want. Instead of physical rejection, use clear language and redirection. Teach an off cue, or teach them to go to their bed on request. And when you actually are available, make sure that physical contact is genuinely warm, highly intentional, and full of love. Chosen, mutual contact is far more connective and meaningful than just tolerated contact, for both you and your dog. It builds a bridge of trust that physical pushing simply shatters. Number 10. You completely ignore their need for social connection. Dogs are not, and have never been, solitary animals. Every single domestic dog on Earth descended from pack animals. They lived, hunted, slept, and survived in tight-knit groups. For a dog, isolation is not just neutral, it is, in purely biological terms, a profound form of suffering that damages them. This doesn't mean you need to be with your dog every waking moment of the day, but it does mean that a dog left completely alone for 10 hours a day with zero enrichment is stressed out. The severe behavior problems that develop, like destructive chewing, excessive barking, compulsive behaviors, and even aggression, are not character flaws. They are bright red warning signs. They are exactly what extreme boredom, crushing loneliness, and unmet social needs look like when a dog has absolutely nowhere else to direct their energy. The solution isn't complicated. It's just intentional, daily walks that allow for sniffing and exploration. It's play sessions that actually match your dog's energy level, and training that exercises their active mind. It's time spent with other dogs, if they enjoy it. And most importantly, it's the simple, irreplaceable act of just sitting with them. Not on your phone, not distracted, but fully present. For even 15 minutes a day, give them your full attention. Your dog has exactly one life, and the absolute center of that entire life is you. Not your fancy house, not toys, just you. Everything they feel about themselves runs through that relationship. Show up for it consistently. Your dog is not asking for perfection, they're asking for consistency and understanding. Every mistake on this list is fixable starting today. If this video made you think differently, share it, subscribe to Dog Talk, and leave a comment telling me what surprised you most.